Okay, let's talk Superman and let's get into it. Semi-spoilers, but not a lot, guys. Don't worry, and I'm not going to give anything major away. I just am saying that in case I slip up, okay? Here's my thoughts on Superman. I absolutely enjoyed it. It's 2 hours and 10 minutes and absolutely feels like they put a lot into it. It feels longer than 2 hours and 10 minutes, to be honest with you. I think that he did a great job as this version of Superman. And I specifically say this version of Superman because this is not like any of the others. It is still very much Superman, that character that we've grown up with, that character that we've read, and we've seen him through all these trials and enemies and movies and cartoons. He is that Superman, but it definitely has its own spin on it. This Superman to me is more vulnerable than I have seen. He gets his butt kicked for like 85% of the movie. I mean, emotionally and physically gets his butt kicked. And I actually liked that because to me, even though we are jumping in to this world where Superman has been around for a while and these metahumans and these catastrophic things have happened for a while, we know he's been there saving the earth and getting involved with these other metahumans and the Justice Gang and all these guys. We've seen that. I like the fact that he's questioning, okay, I'm here. My family's gone. My planet's gone. But what is my purpose? And as we develop the main storyline, he really starts to go, is everything I've known real? And so I think that that's perfectly fine to have one of the strongest superheroes, metahumans, whatever you want to call them on Earth, start to look at the human side, because isn't that what it's about? But even if it's not human, you start to look at, what am I doing? And we see that. We see that especially with Lex Luthor, who, by the way, is one of the coolest Lex Luthors we have seen since Gene Hackman. And Gene Hackman's Lex Luthor was wild and different. This guy absolutely hates Superman. And we see as he starts to unwind his passion for hating Superman. But I absolutely love Nicholas Hoult as Lex Luthor, and I think they did a great job with it because this guy was one step ahead of Superman all the time. I mean, Superman at some point had to be like, what are you doing? How did you get this way? And I thought they portrayed that. Actually, I thought the cast in general was really good. I don't think I have a complaint about any of the cast members. Krypto has always been the big question mark for me. Although I enjoyed seeing Krypto introduced in the live action in the teaser, and I was like, okay, this could be cool. I wasn't sure how much Krypto was going to be involved. And Krypto is involved quite a bit. And I do like very few, or not very few, I should say. I like most of the moments with Krypto because I think that it added, again, something new to a story that we haven't seen. Sure, in the animated movie and the comic books, but this live action Krypto in film, I wasn't sure how it was going to come out. And yeah, I think it's cool. I think it was entertaining. I thought it added different elements to Superman's character as well as the lore. But there was times I was almost like, okay, enough with the dog. And I'm not being like a hater or anything. I just was like, get back to Superman. There's so many characters in this, and I felt like it was going to be like too many characters introduced. And for a while there, it felt like, oh, wow, wait a minute. I don't know anything about these guys. But we're not meant to know everything about these characters because we are diving into a world that they're already established. That can be kind of hard for us because we're used to seeing A, B, C, D origin story. We're learning more about it. This is the start of a new era. So I have a feeling we will learn more about these characters, more about Superman, more about Lex as time goes on. They have an established history already. We're just not part of that, and that's something unique. And I kind of agree with the way they went with it. It just feels weird at times. There was a couple moments in the film that I was like, we didn't need it. You could have done this scene without this. One of them in particular, and I'm sure you guys have seen the teaser, and I'm not going to dive in, and the trailer, the big giant dinosaur dragon Godzilla creature, to me, we didn't need that. I understand its purpose, but we didn't need it. It was just a James Gunn moment because he always has to have a big creature in movies. I didn't despise that moment, and it's very small in the film. I just felt like we didn't need it. There was a couple other moments where the humor, I was like, okay, this is typical James Gunn, and it's in his wheelhouse, and it's fine. I just don't know if it was necessary. But again, this is the complete contrast from the Zack Snyder drag out dark moments. We are seeing a little bit lighter side while still balancing the very seriousness of the story. He did that in Guardians of the Galaxy, and look at how it turned out in Volume 3. So I'm not bashing it. My least favorite thing about the film, I thought some of the music made no sense. And I mean, like, the songs. I was like, why? Okay. It didn't work for me. I'm not angry about it. If I'm picking apart, those are just some of the things. I absolutely could not stand the engineer. Absolutely could not stand her. I thought at moments, I was like, this is kind of cool. Overall, though, I don't know why. I just couldn't stand her at all. I don't want to give anything away, so I'll let you guys kind of formulate your own opinions on that. There was an introduction of a character. I didn't expect it. Not sure if I liked the way they did it, but I was very excited about this particular character. Overall, this is a very different Superman while still being Superman. And like I said, it gives us moments that remind me of Christopher Reeve and being brand new at the same time. I thought that the whole idea of Superman questioning himself really became a theme, and I don't think that he's going to be this way in the next film. I don't think he's going, I mean, he might have doubt, but I don't think he's going to sit here and be this vulnerable in the next film. I think he's going to be confident, and at the end of this movie, you can kind of get a glimpse of why and who he's going to be as we step into the future Superman films and future DC films. It was entertaining. The theater was packed, and I was very happy to see that. This was better than I anticipated. I'm not saying it's a perfect film because there isn't one. I'm not going to sit here and compare it to every single movie of every single version of Superman because I have to realize this is a different direction. Like I said, there are moments that remind me of all the Supermen while still being very fresh. I like that we got into the lore of Superman more, and if you've read the comics, there's a lot of references overall with certain obscure moments in Superman history and Superman comic books. But even if you didn't, it very much feels like James Gunn. I think we're in for a treat. I think this is a success for DC, WB, honestly, because let's be real, they have not had any in a while. And it very much feels like a comic book. The dialogue, the moments, the rants from Lex Luthor, his complete crash outs very much feel like a comic book. And to me, that's a win. You are watching this comic book come to life. And I think that that's a win. I really like this movie. I've said it before. I'm kind of looking forward to seeing it again. I don't think I'll be able to see it again in the theater, but I'm looking forward to kind of sitting back now after soaking it in and watching it one more time. And I got to be honest with you, I'm looking forward to seeing what comes next from DC and James Gunn.